What is up, everyone? Sean here, and today we're going to be talking about the last game I did play at EVO a couple weeks back. And this game definitely is probably going to be a game that I do want to sit down and talk about beyond what I did play at the booth, and really sit down and talk about it. But anyways, this time around in this video, I did play against another buddy of mine, Keeters. Fellow artists and stuff like that. He did appear in a couple of my videos on his channel. So this time around, I did pick Ryu and Zero just to really get the feel of Marvel Infinite, unlike the demo on the PlayStation Store or whatever. And that was the story demo. I think that was a really terrible demo to put out. It really didn't show anything. It just made things really awkward. The story is just, let's just maybe save that for another video. I want to talk about this game. I do want to talk about what I got from this demo anyway. And overall, it was a fun demo. It was a fun time. I at least got a little bit of the feel of Marvel Infinite this time, unlike the story demo. And I was able to kind of get the feel of the jumping and the mobility and stuff like that. And it does feel slower this time around comparing to Marvel 3, but despite that, I think it's still fun. The fun is potentially there. The control scheme kind of is going back to Marvel 2, which is kind of neat. A lot of launchers are down punch or whatever, depending on what character you choose. When it comes to the whole Dragon Punch thing, which is down punch this time around, it does feel weird for the most part. But when it comes to stuff like Marvel, maybe it does make sense, but at the same time, it does hinder some mobility options like wave dashing. Wave dashing is probably going to be irrelevant this time around in Marvel Infinite, and at least, I don't know, it seems like the space seems to be not smaller per se, but but with the space that's being utilized in Infinite, wave dashing, like I said, is probably going to be irrelevant. But the whole down punch thing does hinder that chance as well, further when it comes to wave dashing. I think it's like a nice little mobility thing in Marvel games, but I don't know. The whole Dragon Punch thing is strange to me, but it will definitely take some time to get used to. Especially if you took a look at Dante's list of moves, a lot of his moves are down punches. Now, of course, the Marvel Infinite signature mechanic this time around is the Infinity Stones, and I did pick the Reality Stone, which shoots out the little red fireball thing, which potentially will probably be a part of a lot of block strings anyway, or mix-ups and all that fun stuff. I don't think I was able to activate it its full effect. I kind of pretty much forgot the command to activate the stone, but despite that, I really wanted to get the basic feel of the game, and I kind of got that for the most part. Overall, it does feel slower than Marvel 3, let's just say, and it does give me reminders of Marvel 2 because of the button layout. And I think even with like playing dashing will probably be irrelevant as well because of the control scheme here. But again, I think the fun is there potentially, but there are some things that are going to be holding it back a lot if they don't really pay attention to it. And one example is the character modeling. The character modeling on a good number of characters is subpar, and we're talking about Morgan's, Chun-Li's, Chris's, Spencer's, and even Captain America looks pretty weird as well. So if they don't get that down, then a lot of people are going to be complaining about it. But there has been talk about the whole day one patch thing, which supposedly will fix the visuals of this game a lot. So hopefully, looking forward to that. Hopefully that'll fix a lot of the things, but the game does look ugly on some parts, but at least the characters are contrasting from the stages well enough for you to be able to see them while you're fighting, and that's pretty good. That's pretty important, and I think at least Capcom was able to address that problem for now. But hopefully they will be able to have stages that will contrast well in the future. And hopefully we will see stages like Black Panther's stage. I think Black Panther's stage right now looks the best because it's daylight. You can see all the details on the characters for the most part, and I think, you know, the lighting is really good on that stage, and I definitely wish to see more like that for the future stages. And the Asgard stage in the story demo is probably definitely one of my least favorites for right now. But yeah, like I said, hopefully they'll have more daylight stages and stuff like that, or just cool stages altogether. There are a couple of things that are holding it back a lot, and I think the most important one, or the most important negative that's happening with Marvel Infinite is the roster itself. Of course, that's what makes the games exciting. It's the roster, and right now this roster is pretty weak, if you ask me. A lot of veterans from Marvel 3, and not a whole lot of new characters for this time around. At least for the initial launch, anyway. We did get Jeddah, we did Gamora revealed during the time of Evo, but there's just not enough excitement. You know, X made his return, but is that, you know, really enough? And I don't know, man. It's just it kind of scares me in a way when it comes to the roster itself. And very recently, Dormammu and Firebrand have been revealed to make their return. But meanwhile, characters like Wesker and Doom, who are probably more important, these characters that have, you know, definitely have legacy, aren't making it into the game for some reason, which is really strange to me. Is it because Doctor Doom is really part of Century Fox that, you know, he's prohibited to be in there for now, at least? Which, you know, does suck. I mean, even Wesker has like a good amount of legacy, and he's not making it into the game. And I think that's because, besides those reasons, the guys who, you know, wrote the story just somehow couldn't fit Wesker and or Doom in there, and that's why they just left him out completely for now. And they're probably going to be DLC characters later on, which of course probably will most likely cost you money, unfortunately, for Wesker and or Doom, whatever. So it sucks knowing that. I think also the story mode itself is actually more of a hindrance than or a liability than an asset for this time around, because of how, oh man, the writing so far is just wow. I mean, especially with the voice acting, it's just really weird. The voice direction this time around is really weak as well. You know, there's this one part I remember from the story demo. Chun-Li was like about to do an attack, and she does this like this really weird like huh sound. Like, it's just really bad comparing to the other Marvel games. It's just, I don't know, it's such a shame. Like, a lot of things are changed for the negative, and you know, Nova sounds different, Dante doesn't sound as cool. There's just a lot of things that I do like about Marvel, like, not happening in this Marvel. That's probably, you know, like I said, the story mode is just probably one of the reasons why, you know, certain characters aren't making it in there, just because they couldn't fit them into the story. So they're just like, fuck it, just, you know, leave them out, and we just shove them into DLC, give us money. But I don't know. I mean, even with that though, they really need to work on the roster, and of course bring exciting things for the DLC as well, to, you know, give us a reason to put down a little more money here for this game. And because I love Marvel too much, I will give this game a chance. I mean, I did have fun for the most part with the game itself, but if they don't fix the roster, if they don't fix like a lot of things that needs to be fixed, especially with the roster, it's gonna be really a shame to really, you know, having someone like me looking forward to a game like this, and then just be completely put down just because, you know, Capcom just never couldn't get through the things that need to be fixed, including, you know, adding the exciting characters in there. You know, Venom has been highly requested, Jin as well, Captain Commando, and, you know, a couple of other characters. Just, you know, it's just really a damn shame for right now. It kind of scares me, but at the same time, you know, this game is fun. So it's like this really weird conflict going on. After playing this game, though, I mean, I was super pessimistic, and now I'm just cautiously optimistic. I do see some good things from it, you know, and that's just enough for me to fully push this game and really also put down the season pass, because I want to give this game a chance for Capcom, and this is probably my last chance I will give for Capcom when it comes to buying games at launch day. If they don't get through and present to me the characters that I, you know, really want in the DLC, it's just, I don't know, it's just gonna be really rough. And I can't say what's gonna be up for the future for Marvel Infinite. And of course it's a whole competitive thing, but who cares? I'm not gonna be part of that competitive scene. I'm, you know, part of that casual market for the most part. And if it doesn't provide enough exciting content, it's just gonna be really unfortunate. But for now, it's, you know, the game hasn't come out yet, and there's that day one patch, of course. It's not too far away now. It's August, and it's gonna come out by the end of September, and you know, it's gonna be competing against Dragon Ball Fighters, and the beta, funny enough, it's gonna come out during its full release. So you know, it's gonna be competing against a beta that a lot of people are probably gonna love, because, you know, one is Dragon Ball, 2, that game is really fun too. So, and that game has a lot of exciting things already. Unlike Marvel here, Capcom really needs to step up their game and just make sure that they have stuff that, you know, that would make people excited. And there's a whole, of course, the whole function thing from Peter Rosa's, and the whole absence with the X-Men, stuff like that, and the reasons behind it, and all that stuff. The whole interview, that whole thing, and I can understand where Peter Rose is coming from, but that's probably not a right answer to give for when it comes to making a game like this. You gotta keep the casuals in mind. So the casuals will help bring in the money, not just the competitors, but the casuals bring the most cash in, comparing to the competitors anyway. But I mean, it might have a pretty good esports scene or whatever, or competitive scene like Street Fighter 5 for right now. But man, oh man, I mean, right now this game kind of scares me. But again, I will give this game a chance. But back on the whole Peter Rosa's thing, you know, legacy is very important for fighting games like this. Character legacy is a part of why having a roster, an exciting roster, is important. You gotta make sure you have characters in there that deserve to be in there, have a good amount of legacy, and if you replace this one character over the other, and that character doesn't have as much legacy, or just they're not as cool or whatever, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt the sales and the excitement for a lot of people who are looking forward to this game. And because there's a majority of veterans that aren't too exciting over the new characters, or characters that we really wanted to look forward to, such as, you know, Venom or Captain Commando or whoever, it's, you know, that's gonna be another reason why you know, this game may die. Just, you know, just because it just lacked the characters that have this cool legacy. Especially with the X-Men, you know, there's that whole thing that, you know, someone like Max said, people pick this character because that character is cool. Or, you know, for example, like, you know, Magneto, people pick Magneto because he's Magneto, not because he has the tools to be that really awesome or really good rushdown character. People pick Magneto because he's fucking Magneto. He's like one of the biggest villains in the Marvel universe, and of course the baddest villain in X-Men, in my opinion. And he's just he has so much legacy, which is why people pick him, not just his moveset. I think, you know, his moveset and his legacy are important. Yeah, of course the character has to be fun to play, but they need to have a lot of legacy to carry along with a moveset. Replacing characters and giving them similar movesets is not going to help at all. So they really need to keep that in mind, but I'm not going to hold my breath entirely for that. And hopefully, I do hope that X-Men do make it back in there someday. But for now, we'll have to deal with this this roster and see how that goes. Like I said, I love Marvel. It's one of those games during my childhood I started to fall in love with. It's like that fighting game that really wanted me to play other fighting games, really, besides the classic Street Fighter games. The whole idea of crossover fighting games, came from me playing Marvel's Capcom. That Marvel's Capcom is the reason why I love crossovers in games anyway. I love the idea of ridiculous crossovers, and that all came from Marvel, and that's why Marvel to me is like kind of like my baby. Really, it's just one of those games that I really want to love. But Marvel Infinite is just, a lot of things aren't helping it. A lot of the negatives is outweighing the positives for this game. What also kind of scares me is the amount of competition that Marvel Infinite is going to have to face against. There's Dragon Ball Fighters, and now we have the most recent revealed cross tag fight or whatever is BlazBlue. BlazBlue is going to have their own tag battle game, and that one's pretty exciting as well. It's got of course BlazBlue along with Persona, Under Night, and also even freaking a guest character from Ruby, Ruby herself, of course. That is another competitor against Marvel Infinite, and they have so much to really stand up to in the future, and that is also another reason why I am kind of scared as well for Marvel. But again, I'm still cautiously optimistic for this game. It's just that the competition is another reason why this game could go down in the drain, but who knows. But the game is fun enough for me to really put down this certain amount of money, including the initial purchase and pretty much the season pass for it. So I'm giving this a chance, and if they don't come through, it's game over. I mean, it doesn't mean I'm not gonna buy any other Capcom fighting game. It's just I'm definitely gonna put down the money at launch day. I'm gonna be a lot more cautious and stuff like that. But because I did play the game somewhat, but because I did play the game, I am for the most part cautiously optimistic. The game has potential to be really fun. It really does. I think it really does. It's just the roster and a lot of things need to be fixed. And of course, hopefully they'll keep up with the balance patches as well, just to make sure people don't get a little too hot about certain characters making it on top of the tier list and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean it's bound to happen, but hopefully we'll see more characters in the competitive scene anyway when it comes to like top 8s and stuff like that. But I think that's the least of our worries for right now. I think just the fact that the roster, the story mode and stuff like that, all the negatives just need to be just ironed out, and hopefully we have a pretty solid Capcom fighting game finally, at least at launch anyway. But overall, the demo itself was pretty fun, but the final product is what's kind of worrying me a little bit. But I'm still cautiously excited enough again to buy the game initially and put down the season pass for it or whatever. I'm definitely gonna kind of wait a little bit to see what is in store for the season pass or the DLC characters or whatever. But I'm still giving it a chance, like I said, and this will definitely be the deciding factor whether to buy games from Capcom on launch or whatever when it comes to fighting games anyway. I'm funny enough, I'm like looking forward to Monster Hunter World more than this game, definitely. But hopefully, funny enough, Monster Hunter will be exciting in this game. Hopefully we see the characters in there that we all want, including Venom, Jin Saotome, Captain Commando, blah blah blah, you name it. So that's pretty much it. Before I start repeating myself and rant too long about this game. What do you guys think about this game for right now? You guys have some worries, or are you guys optimistic about the game? Leave me down below in the comment section, and I'll love to check them out. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe for this channel. Really helps out as always, and I highly appreciate it. This has been my thoughts on Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite as I got my hands on the demo at EVO. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next video. Sean, out.